record this. I'm going to put my phone over here so I don't look at it. And we are going to just jump right in. So basically Sarah and I were trying to figure out like a good topic, and we figured this would be a really good topic for this week because we have so many new people that have just joined and that are going to be joining in the next couple of weeks. For everyone that got conference tickets, you guys got the codes for people to be able to start up for half price. So this is going to be a really good resource for them. So if you're watching this on the replay because your enroller sent this to you, then I'm just going to do like a quick little like welcome thing. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Aja Stone. I am your Double Diamond upline. I've been in this company for 4.5 years. It's been my full-time job for 4 years now. And we've just been able to do so many amazing things as a family over the last 4 years because of the opportunities with this business. We've grown our family, gotten married, bought a house, renovated it, sold it, bought a new house, replaced both of our SUVs. I've been a stay-at-home mom to my son, Nash, who's going to be 17 months next week. Since he was born, like literally I've not missed a beat, all because of this company. It's so amazing. So if you are brand new, like welcome. We are so excited for you. Literally, this company can change your life if you let it, which is like so crazy to think because like I know I started for $300 for a car payment and I never saw anything past that. And you know, like this year, like we saw some checks that were like close to like $10,000 for the month. And that's just like mind blowing that you can even make that kind of money literally working on social media. Like, what? Like it's just it's sometimes like I don't even believe it. I'm like this is not real life. So anyways, that's a little bit about me. Sarah, do you want to just tell a little bit about you real quick, and then we'll go over like eSuite and a couple little things?
Yeah, so hey guys, I'm Sarah. I'm also a Double Diamond with It Works. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years. When I first started, I was working full-time and in grad school full-time getting my master's in education. Now I teach high school full-time and I still do this on the side. I actually make more from this business than I do from teaching, but I can't seem to quit my teaching job yet because I love it 90% of the time. So I do both, and I balance this business with a full-time job, and I'm actually going back to school in a couple of months to start my doctorate program. So if you're just starting and thinking like, okay, I'm super busy, how am I going to make this work? It's totally possible. Or maybe you have a career that you love. You can stay in your career and still make $10,000 a month on the side. It's pretty great. So whatever your sort of lifestyle is or your goals, you can make that happen. Even if you have a different story than both of us, whatever your plan is, like you've got this.
Yeah, definitely. And what I love about this, like, you know, Sarah and I, we knew each other before this business. We have two completely different lives, and we're both able to be successful with this company. So it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what your background is. Like Sarah's going to school for her doctorate degree. Like I dropped out of high school in the 9th grade. So, you know, like it literally doesn't matter like what you've done in the past. If you want to make money with this business, you can do it. So like a few quick little things. When you guys get started, I think like most of you guys have done this. But I'm just gonna share my screen really quick. So when you first get started, you're gonna log into eSuite. And it is, I don't know if you guys can see this bar, but it's eSuite.itworks.com. And when you guys log on to this, there's going to be a little bar right here, and it's going to be like written in red letters. It's going to tell you to fill out your tax information. So that's going to be the first thing that you want to do. And then the next thing that I want you to do is to go into the document library, and we're going to like go over this later, but I just want to show you guys where it is now. If you haven't done this yet or you didn't know about this, this is something that I suggest that you do now. So go into the document library, and literally like everything is online now. So they used to send us this big old box. I think I still have mine somewhere, and it literally had like magazine in it. It had like Blitz cards in it. It had like all of like our paperwork and stuff. Like everything was on paper. Now it's all digital. So you can get anything that you need right in this back office. So you're going to go right into the document library, and you're going to type in Steps to Success flyer, and you're going to just click the little download button and download it. And then after you do that, you're just gonna type in Ruby and you're gonna print out this Ruby rank chart. Okay, or like download it to your iPad or whatever. If you don't have a printer and you can't do either of those things, you can draw it out. This is what it looks like. So you'll be able to just pull it up. And we're going to go into more detail about this in a few minutes. But I just want to show you guys where to find that. Also, just like poke around in here, there's a lot of stuff. So there's Training Academy as you level up through the business. Oh, apparently I need to do it through the Connect app. Never mind. If you guys want to place orders, you can do that through here. Reports, like you see everything in eSuite. So you can go into your reports. You can see when a customer puts an order in, all of that good stuff. So kind of like poke around here, get familiar with it. The most used things that I use would be Tree Viewer. And then under additional reports, I always am checking my downline orders for the day. So that just shows me like whose orders have processed today. And then also your downline activity will show if any new people that are coming in. And if you've personally enrolled someone on your website, they're going to show up right here, like immediately after they sign up. So poke around here, get familiar with it. And then also take a peek at your website. So mine is asiastone.itworks.com. If yours is like a crazy name and you don't like what you named it, but you didn't really think about it when you first started, you can change it. And we can show you guys how to do that if that's something that you want to do. But I just make mine my name. I have it edited so that whenever I send the steps to somebody, if I send them my website, I say, make sure you see Asia and Jamie Stone in the top corner. So I have our names here. Get familiar with our website. It has a brand new layout from what it had when I first started. It's really pretty. They made it very bright, like very like bloggerish. It's like got nice, bright, like blogger style photos, and everything's here. So get familiar with the different categories, where things are, poke around, get familiar with it. And then, yeah, so Sarah, is there anything that you want to like add on to any of that? Okay, perfect. So that was just like a quick intro to that. So, your first goal as a new distributor is to fill out what we call the steps to success. So what I just showed you guys was where to go find that. What I'm going to do is show you what it actually looks like. And Sarah's curious because it's new and I've not seen the new one either. So just, can everyone just make sure that you're muted? Okay, where's my little like thingy here? Why can't I like, hold on a second, guys. Here we go. I'm just gonna mute everybody.
It's so pretty. Look at the marble background.
No, I really like it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure everyone was muted. So this is the steps to success. So I've never seen it look like this, but I really actually love this. I love the little check that they included. So, okay, step one, obviously, join and get qualified. So you guys have all already joined. Obviously, you're on this Zoom. Okay, so your first step is to enroll and get your business builder kit, okay? And then to make sure you're commission qualified every month. So you are automatically commission qualified for the first month that you enroll. So like if you enrolled, today, you would automatically be commission qualified for the month of October. How to get commission qualified moving forward from that is to either have 150 in volume, which we can get into that a little bit in a little bit, and in volume from customers and any like personal order that you place for yourself, or by running an 80 BV auto ship. So BV stands for bonus volume. That's the amount that we get paid on as distributors. Like that's what we earn our commission on, is the BV amount, not the dollar amount. For some products, it's the same. For some products, it's different. For instance, our hair, skin, and nails is $33. It's 30 BV. But our exfoliating peel is $36 and it's 36 BV. So it really just depends on the product. So for me, running an auto ship is non-negotiable. Not everybody, like teaches that, and that's cool. Like to each their own, everyone does their own thing. You're going to probably, if you get your shopping spree, you get your first 4 customers, you're probably going to be commission qualified from those orders for your first 3 months. because those people's orders are going to run for 3 months. But moving forward after that, it's definitely something that you want to keep in the back of your head, that like you're going to be wanting to run a product order. I get like you're going to get product in your kit, then you're going to earn your shopping spree, so you're going to be able to try products, but it's really important to be a product of the product. My favorite distributors are people who were customers beforehand, because they already know what products that they like and love. And if they didn't love the products, then they wouldn't have wanted to join to be a distributor. So being a product of the product, using our products consistently is going to be so huge for you to be able to sign customers. So I know like right after I had my son, I did like a 90-day challenge. I was like, okay, I'm going to commit to like drinking my keto coffee and chocolate greens every single day. And I did that. And within 2 months, I had lost 52 pounds. All the baby weight was gone plus 5 pounds. And that was like amazing, because keto coffee came out when I was pregnant. So I never got to like see what it did, but all these people were drinking it and like losing weight. And I'm like, I need this. So as soon as I had him, I committed to that. And those personal results that I got are still getting me customers over a year later, because I have that personal testimony of what those products did for me. Excuse me. So anyways, that's something that like I always suggest doing, even if you don't order $80 worth of product every month, ordering something for you to try. Like it's important for you to just be using the products. This is basically what I'm getting at with that. Let me figure out how to share the screen again. And I talk really fast. So if you guys have any questions while I'm going, you can like pop them in the chat and I'll see them. Okay. So your next step after you join is to get your first 4 loyal customers. And you want to do that in your first 30 days. I challenge people to try to do that in their first week, because then you can move right into step 3. So, and this is our goal every month. I wonder how far down this goes. Okay. So this is our goal every month. So our goal every month is to make sure we're commission qualified, enroll 4 customers, and enroll 3 distributors. So this is the steps to success. It's been 4 LCs and 3 DTs for, I think, like since the beginning of time. This is always what it's been. And what happens is when you sign up these 3 distributors, not only are you going to be in a position where you're able to earn those $100 bonuses that you see us talking about, you're going to get yourself charted for Ruby, which is the first rank in the company. And this is the reason why a lot of people join, is to hit this rank of Ruby. It's an average of $500 a month. And for most people, that's why they join. And then what's amazing is that every single chart moving up from that, as you can see, is all just made up of rubies. So 3 people make a ruby chart. An emerald chart is 2 rubies, and then your third person that you had already signed up. Your diamond chart is your emerald and another ruby. So every chart is literally made up of this, and that's why it ties back into the steps to success. 4 customers, 3 distributors. The 3 distributors fills out a ruby chart. And I love this little like thing that they made. And then this is our average income chart. So I'll just go through it real quick. This is distributor, executive, ruby, emerald, diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, presidential diamond, and then the very top rank of our company is ambassador diamond. And guys, there are people who join this company. There's a girl who joined this company when I joined this company. Actually, 2 of them that joined at the same time, and they're both ambassador diamonds. They're both from Connecticut, which is a super, super small state. And they're both top 20 income earners with this company. And they're like young, like 22, 23. And they're making this kind of money monthly. And they literally have been doing this for as long as I have. So not even 5 years. Which is literally insane. Like you can take this as far as you want to. I'm going to stop screen sharing. Sarah, do you want to jump in, say anything, add anything onto any of this?
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys, when you start, you're going to set the pace that you go. So if you just looked at that chart that Asia was showing and you're thinking like, I really need to hit that 500 a month, or I really need to hit that 2,000 a month, you can do that as quickly as you want to. But you've got to put in the work to make it happen. So if you want to hit that 500 a month ASAP, then sign those first 4 customers in your first 72 hours or in your first week. Your enroller and your leaders are going to give you all the tools that you need to sign those first 4 customers. If they tell you to go message, a certain number of people, go do that and then say, what's the next step? We're going to keep doing the same task over and over to get you those first 4 customers so that we can move on to the next goal and the next goal. So if you just looked at that chart and saw a number that really resonated for you, when I started, it was double diamond, because double diamond, which is the rank I am now, that amount of money would well exceeded what I was making at my full-time job. So if I could make that a month, then I knew I would have the option to quit my full-time job and not struggle financially anymore. So I remember telling Asia when I started, that was my goal, was double diamond. That's what I needed to be. So if you just looked at that chart and one of the numbers on there resonated with you like that, message your enroller and tell them this is the number that I need. And they're going to do everything they can and give you all the tools that you need to get there. So just kind of figure out what that number is for you and get ready to put the work in.
Yeah, definitely. And what is so great about this is that like Sarah just said, you can take this at your own pace. I knew when I personally joined, there was my enroller, before I even signed up, she was like, yeah, join with me. You can make an extra $500 a month and earn $1,000 bonus. And I knew that I had a 2-month time frame to hit that rank of Ruby to earn that $1,000 bonus. So I hit the ground running because I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I was working full time at the time. And, this is something that we definitely wanted to talk about on here tonight, is managing your time, because yes, now it's easy for me to be like, oh, people I think look and are like, well, you're home all day, so of course you have time to do that and yada, yada, yada. But when we all started, we worked full time. I was working full time and I had then just met Jamie right after that. And I was commuting 2 hours a day. I was working behind the chair. So literally when I was at work, I couldn't be on my phone because I was knuckles deep in somebody's hair all day. And when you're a hairdresser, you don't get lunch breaks. You don't get to go clock out for 15. If you have a client, you're working. That's it. So what I did was I utilized the time that I have. And I know this is something Sarah still has to do because she still works full time. And she just said she's going back to school. But what I did when I started was I took advantage of the time that I could fit this in. So, I would wake up in the morning and Instagram stories weren't a thing back then, but we posted a lot. We were posting 6 times a day when I first started. It was do your 3-3 rule. It was 3 business posts and 3 product posts. And that was your goal, to do that every day, was to post 6 times. So my alarm would go off. I would pick up my phone and I would put up a post before I even got out of bed. And then while I was driving to work, I would be listening to one of Jade's YouTube videos, because my enroller pretty much was brand spanking new also. And she was like, okay, go follow this girl on YouTube and just watch all of her trainings. And I was like, okay. So that's what I did. So whenever I was in the car, I was listening to that, because I'm either going to be listening to the radio anyway, so I might as well be learning something about the business. And now to this day, we don't listen to the radio in the car when I'm driving. I'm either listening to personal development, I'm listening to a book, a podcast, a sermon, or a training video. Today I had to drive to Enfield and back, and I watched a training that Kelly Brown did with Cheyenne last night, and it was an hour long, and I got that hour in while I was driving today. When I would get to work and pull in the parking lot before I went inside, I would throw up another post and message some people and follow some people. So it's really just, you can fit this business into the nooks and crannies of your day. And I know when you're looking at if you guys just joined, if you guys just joined one of the push chats that we're doing, one of the pages that we got going on, there's a few different leaders running different things, but you can look at those tasks and be very, very overwhelmed. And I get it, because if I was brand new, I would be whoa, I don't know if I can do all this. Guys, those tasks are the goal. If you are getting those all done in a day, that's freaking amazing. There's not been one day this month that I've finished the entire task list, and it's the 7th. It's okay. The whole point is to be pushing yourself out of your comfort zone to be doing more. So, you know, getting like making a what's the word I'm looking for? Making like an effort to be getting done as much as you can. Okay. And what we do is it's super simple. It takes 5 minutes, not even, to go follow 50 people and send out five messages. So start with stuff like that. Do what you can do in the time that you have. Like when I was working full time, like literally anytime I went into the bathroom to pee, like I would sit down and I would go follow 100 people, and I would like send out some messages, and I would respond to messages, and then I would like go back and go finish doing hair. And then like when I would get out of work, I would sit in the parking lot and I would answer all of my messages before I started driving. And it was just like being really intentional with the time that I did have, that I wasn't, you know, working or driving or, you know, being in a new relationship and figuring out how to fit into a situation where like I came into this relationship and very quickly like took on 3 children because Jamie had them 50-50. So like there was these little people, and I was literally like used to living at home with my mom and having 0 responsibilities. And then the next thing you knew, I was like had a house and was in a new relationship. And we all know those are super time consuming anyways. And then there was like little people, and it was a lot, right? But you just make it work. You just make the time to make it work, because what I can tell you is that I never look back and I'm like, wow, I really wish that like, you know, I slept in that morning a little later, or that I went to bed earlier that night. Like I wouldn't take back any second of what I've done to get to where I am, because I can never be living the life that we're living right now if I didn't make the sacrifices that I made then. Does that make sense? So I know Sarah has some stuff she wants to add on. I can see her like sitting there like, you just stop talking.
No, but I do have some stuff I want to add. Okay, so the biggest thing that I've learned about like time management and prioritizing, whatever you tell you, I know you guys are gonna roll your eyes, but like your mindset about your time is what's gonna be. So like there were times in my business when I was doing my student teaching, for example, I remember my professor who I really looked up to saying to me like offhanded comment one day was like, there's no way you can like work another job while you're doing your student teaching or in your first year as a teacher. And that got really in my head. I was like, okay, I can't work my business. Like I've just got to do my teaching, my student teaching, and focus on nothing else. And about a month in, I realized like, wait, this is stupid. Like I probably could do both. But for that month, like I had it in my head that like, I can't do this. I can't make this work. I can't work my business and be a student teacher at the same time. And I ended up promoting like 4 times in my first 6 months as a high school teacher, like first teaching job ever, no teaching experiences. And I promoted Ruby through Double Diamond in like 6 months. But it's because my mindset shifted and I said like, okay, I'm going to do both. I'm going to make both a priority. When I'm at my day job, that's my priority. If you're on my team, I probably don't respond to you a lot during the day. You have other resources that you can reach out to, because I'm focusing 100% on the students that I teach, because that's super important to me. And then when I get out of work, I focus 100% in my business. So when I'm at work, I have to be really intentional about like getting everything done I need to. Like on my planning period, I have to make sure that I'm getting all my grading done so that when 2:05 hits and school ends, I can go home and spend the evening focusing on like myself and my life and my business, because I can do all of that at the same time. So whatever like struggle you're having with time management or struggle you're anticipating, take that out of the equation and just think like, okay, I'm going to make both work. I just have to figure out how. Don't think about like, this isn't going to work. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, no, you're going to do this. Just figure out what you need to do. And I mean, when I first started, I was working an office job where like I worked in our Nashville office and my direct boss was in Dallas, and I talked to him maybe once every 6 months. So like I had a very cushy gig where like I could sit on my phone and message on Instagram, and as long as I got my work done at my job, nobody said anything to me. Like it was wonderful. And then when I stopped working that job and went to teaching, it was a huge adjustment for me, and I had to figure out how to work my business around that. So what I do for time management might not work for you because we have different schedules. What Asia does probably won't work for you because you've got different lives. You just have to figure out what works for you. And it's a lot of trial and error. So like I have tried waking up earlier to fit my business in the morning. I already wake up at like 4:45 in the morning. So that wasn't effective for me. Like I just couldn't wake up any earlier. So now for me, the evenings is when I work my business. I tried for a while, like trying to work my business during the school day when I was eating lunch for 25 minutes, and it just didn't work because then I felt like I was splitting my focus and getting distracted and like overwhelmed. So now I just focus 100% at work when I'm there. I come home, focus on my business. But this business isn't hard. You just have to make the effort to put the time in. So just like a couple of things that I want to say quick is being consistent. So like I am consistent with working my business every day. Some days I do more than others depending on what I have going on, and that's okay. And if you're brand new, even if you're not brand new, it's super important that you're following the steps that your leader's giving you. If they're saying like, go message 20 people on Facebook, that's what you should be doing. They're going to give you all of the tools to succeed in this business. You just have to do what they're saying. If you have questions, ask them. And make sure you're sending screenshots, especially like if you're newer and you haven't signed a customer yet. We're here to give you the responses to say to people. We're here to give you all the tools. We don't expect you to know what every product is right off the bat. We are going to we have so many amazing resources, and there's so much knowledge on this team because a lot of us have been doing this for over a year. We want to share that knowledge with you, and it would be unrealistic for you to join and us to like say like, okay, here's like 6 hours of training on the products. Like, no, that wouldn't work. So we train as you go. As you're having conversations with people, we're going to walk you through those conversations. Don't feel stupid if like somebody asks you like, what's your product, and you screenshot it to us. Those are the kinds of questions we want to answer because we have such specific and like really great scripts that we use to explain things. And we want to be able to share those with you. So don't ever feel dumb for screenshotting. And then if you really want to succeed in this business, make sure you're getting on trainings like this one. We do trainings like this every single Monday at the same time. So if you have like freedom in your schedule, definitely plan at that time to be free so you can get on these trainings with us because we want to see you and talk to you and share information with you. And it's going to be really huge for your business. And if you need help, just ask. We're all here for you all the time. So we have team chats, team pages, and you can always reach out to your leader directly. I think that's all I have.
Okay, awesome. Love that. Just like real quick, piggybacking off what Sarah said, like, it's literally, it's a mind shift. And I get it. A lot of us don't have the greatest mindsets when we're coming into something like this. I think that was the biggest culture shock for me, transitioning into like, okay, like I want to like make this more than just like a side hustle. Like I want to actually make real money with this. I had to do a lot of growing and developing in my mind because I grew up not having money. Like, like my mom always struggled. Like we didn't have super nice things. So like, it was always like, oh, like, like I'm just a high school dropout. Like I can't do that. Like I'm not going to have those kinds of things. And like, I'm probably always going to live paycheck to paycheck. And like, it is what it is. And I had to get out of that. So it's just super, super important that like you're telling yourself, Sam, get out of here. That you're telling yourself, Sam's my cat, not my kid. Just throwing that out there. I was like, get out of here. We also have a dog named Bill, so
it is her kid. She's lying to you, you guys. Don't believe her.
She's scratching my freaking chair like a jerk.
Oh my god.
Anyways, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, like your mindset. It's so, so, so huge. So like the biggest thing that I could tell you if you are just starting out or if you're not starting out, but it's not something you've been doing is to be feeding your mind with positive things. And like, there are so many ways that you can do that. Following the journaling prompts that we send out every day. Like I've literally been sending out journaling prompts in this page every day. If you're like a religious person, read your Bible, get like a daily devotional that's literally like 1 page a day. You can really read like anything. This is really great if you want to like get into journaling and it's not something you've done before. I think this is like $10 on Amazon. Denise Walsh is actually a Black Diamond with our company. Being a Black Diamond means that you make $10,000 a month for 6 consecutive months. Her and her husband did that. And she has a couple of books out, but this journal is really great. What I like about it is that it gives you the prompts to journal and really get you, open up that creativity. So there's like, you know, day 9, there's a little thing. Prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when God talks to you. And then there's like a morning prayer, and then it will have like a little, like a discussion thing, and then like a gratitude thing, and it will give you, you know, a prompt of something to write about. And then you'll go into like prayer, meditation, reflection, your dream life goals, positive affirmations about yourself. And you just spend like a half an hour in the morning, you know, filling this out and thinking about it. And it's so good for your mindset. And when you believe that you can do something, that's 90% of the battle, you know? So if you are not what I call it, well, a lot of us call it filling your cup. If you're not feeding yourself positivity daily, telling yourself good things, saying affirmations about yourself, start. If you have not watched the movie The Secret on Netflix, I suggest you guys watch it. If you don't have Netflix, you can watch it for free on YouTube, or even like listen to it in the car while you're driving. If you're like, I don't have time to sit down and watch something for an hour, you can listen to it. It's on YouTube for free. It's called The Secret. It's like a red screen, and there's like it's like a red picture, and there's like a little like.
Isn't it an S maybe? Isn't it an S?
No, I just sent it to someone yesterday. I'll pull it up. But it's kind of weird. They made us watch it in hairdressing school for the first time. And I was like, this is like some weird shit. And then when I got involved in this company, it kept getting brought up, and I was like, okay, this is what it looks like. So it's like
Wow.
the red thing and The Secret. So it's that one, that top one. And it's just really about just, like the law of attraction. So if that's not something like you've ever learned about, it's like so true. It's changed my business for the better. It's changed things for a lot of people. If you listen to any top leader in this company that makes, you know, not even a top leader, if you listen to anyone in this company that makes $1,000 a month or more per month with this business, they will tell you that they practice manifesting and law of attraction and write down affirmations and journal and do these things because it works. I don't know one person that is, you know, a diamond or above in this business that doesn't do some kind of personal development like that on a daily basis. It's really, really, really huge. So I'll leave you guys with that. Sarah, if you have anything else to say, if not, we can stop the recording and I'll get this.
Let me say one more thing,
okay.
Especially for the new people. No, this isn't even just for new people. I know something that we have to fight a lot in this business is discouragement. And I just want to encourage you guys that if you're feeling discouraged about your business, I want you to like take a step back and look at what you've been doing to work your business. Like, have you been completing your tasks every day? Have you been working as hard as you can? If the answer to that is yes, you shouldn't feel discouraged. Like, don't mark your success in this business based on how many enrollments you're getting today. Mark your success in this business based on like what you're accomplishing, what you're getting done every single day, and how hard you're working. Yes, it's the process, not the outcome. If you get tied every single day to like signing a certain number of customers, like for me, that's really discouraging because then I'll have a day where I work super hard and I don't sign any customers and I feel like I'm a failure. So instead, like, if I complete my task list every single day, like that is a win for me. Or even if I like complete most of my task list and work really hard around like my schedule, that's a win for me. I'm not ever going to get down on myself for not getting enrollments because I can't control that. Like, focus on the things that you can control. You can control how hard you're working. You can control what things you're doing to work your business every single day. You can't control what people are going to respond to you. If people respond to you with like shitty responses and like tell you to go get a real job, you have no control over that. So like, let them spew their hate or whatever, like say their negativity, like you're doing your task list, like you're focusing on you. And I know that's something that it took me a really long time, like for so long. For me, like I felt like I was failing if I wasn't enrolling a certain number of people in a day or a month or a week. And when I shifted from that mindset to like, okay, this is what I'm going to accomplish today. And when I finish it feeling accomplished, my enrollments went higher than they ever had before. Like when I stopped focusing on like, I need to sign customers. I need to sign customers, and started focusing on, I need to complete my tasks and do a good job and have quality conversations, my business saw the most growth that it's ever seen. So that's another mindset shift that I encourage you all to make. And it's a hard one to make. It's like one that I have to remind myself of repeatedly, especially if like things don't feel like they're going my way. Like if everyone I message is saying no today, I just hit a shitty spot in my followers or in where I'm messaging. And I can't control that, but I can control how many people I message and like how quality my conversations are. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yes, love that. So we did pretty good. We kept this around 40 minutes, which is really good for us because we both talk a lot. So I'm going to stop recording.